He went from being a renowned chart-topping artist, more than just a one-hit wonder, and all achieved through strategic marketing moves that few other artists are able to replicate, to being plastered across the headlines for all the wrong reasons. From being the guy who gave us the longest running #1 hit in Billboard history, to someone wandering LA streets in nothing but underwear and cowboy boots, this is the wild story of how fame, controversy, and the music industry can completely destroy someone. The downfall of Lil Nas X. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want more stories like this one, because what I'm about to tell you will completely change how you see this unexpectedly now controversial music artist.
Nah, hey. Don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. Nah, go ahead, babe. Nah. Go ahead, babe. Nah. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down? Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that. Hey, for everybody coming to the party. Yes, I am serving you. I am serving you. And you better be at that party tonight. Oh, yes. Yes. No. Yes. Yes, get my good side. Every side. Yes. Boom, cat, chow.
It was another early morning in Los Angeles, but something absolutely insane was about to go down on Ventura Boulevard. Police started getting calls about a man walking around Studio City at 4 a.m. wearing nothing but white underwear and cowboy boots. You'll never guess who it was. Multiple videos started popping up online showing Lil Nas X wandering the streets, singing to himself, taking his shirt off, and literally putting a traffic cone on his head. He was acting like he was filming some kind of music video, but this wasn't planned content. The guy was talking to himself, dancing around, and clearly under the influence of something strong. One person filming him said he wanted to grab her phone and throw it away. He kept telling her about some party happening that night and was humming this weird tune while giving what looked like a full performance to absolutely no one. The craziest part, his appearance was described as very well put together with fresh shoes and pristine underwear. This detail becomes super important later. When police officers showed up, things got way worse. Lil Nas X charged straight at them. One officer claimed he punched him right in the face, not once, but twice. He was completely flipping out on the cops and had to be taken into custody immediately. The charges are no joke. He's looking at battery on a police officer, which can range from a misdemeanor to a felony with up to 3 years in prison. There's also resisting arrest, public intoxication, and potentially being under the influence of controlled substances, depending on what his hospital tests showed. What makes this even stranger is that he's being held without bail. That's pretty odd considering LA County has a zero bail policy for low-level charges like these.
Lil Nas X pled not guilty to 4 felony charges on August 25th after allegedly assaulting police officers after reportedly walking around naked on Ventura Boulevard in Los Angeles last week. The rapper, whose real name is Montero Lamar Hill, entered a not guilty plea to 3 felony counts of battery with injury on a police officer and 1 felony count of resisting arrest. His bail is set to $75,000 with a condition of release being that he must attend 4 Narcotics Anonymous meetings a week or enroll in an outpatient narcotics program. In video captured inside the courtroom, the Grammy winner was seen looking at his attorney and the judge dressed in a blue jail uniform behind a door as he heard the proceeding. After the hearing, his dad, Robert Strafford, and his attorney, Drew Findling, talked to reporters outside the courthouse and discussed what they are doing to help the rapper.
This brings us to the million-dollar question that everyone's asking. Was this a genuine mental breakdown or just another controversial marketing stunt? Lil Nas X has built his entire career on turning outrage into streams. Every single controversy has been followed by new music releases. The timing, the location, the fact that someone was conveniently there to film everything, it all seems pretty suspicious. Think about it. The incident happened on Ventura Boulevard at 4 a.m. with just him and one person filming. His underwear and shoes looked brand new. He was singing and performing to the camera like it was all planned out. Even more suspicious, all the footage came exclusively from TMZ, and other outlets couldn't get any response from his team. That's the kind of exclusive access that usually comes with some kind of arrangement, but here's where things get complicated. The police report is real, the charges are legitimate, the hospital visit actually happened. If this was a stunt, he took it way further than anyone ever has before. A few months before this incident, Lil Nas X opened up to fans about some pretty heavy stuff. He admitted his life had been pretty difficult in the last couple of years, and that he was losing confidence while struggling with mental health issues. The Montero era, which was supposed to be his big follow-up to Old Town Road, completely drained him. He said he just wanted to make it fun again, but couldn't escape the pressure to keep being controversial. He's been dealing with hypochondria since his grandma passed in 2018. That's an intense fear of being sick or dying. Earlier this year, he was hospitalized when part of his face literally stopped working. Temporary facial paralysis at 26 years old is terrifying. His coping mechanisms haven't been healthy either. He's been open about smoking heavily and using psychedelics. Add the pressure of fame and the need to constantly create controversy, and you've got a recipe for disaster. Just days before the arrest, Lil Nas X wiped his entire Instagram account clean. Then he started posting these cryptic pictures and teasing snippets of unreleased songs. He posted a selfie wearing a fur coat, cowboy hat, and bright red lipstick with the caption, "Oh no, she's going mad crazy, I tell you." He was calling himself Queen Maleen and acting like he was starting some kind of new persona. The photos he posted looked like they were taken in an empty Airbnb or rental property with belongings scattered everywhere. It gave off serious struggle rapper vibes, like maybe he'd been kicked out of his actual house. Even crazier, he started releasing what appeared to be singles from his new album without telling his record label. That's basically career suicide in the music industry. Labels control everything about when and how music gets released. Let's rewind to understand how we got here. In 2019, Lil Nas X bought a beat for $30 and created Old Town Road independently. That song became the longest running #1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100, staying at the top for 19 straight weeks. Nobody expected it. An unknown kid from Atlanta with no industry connections just broke one of the most prestigious records in music history. After that kind of success, everyone thought he might be a one-hit wonder. But Lil Nas X had other plans. He figured out something that most artists never do: how to weaponize controversy and turn hate into streams. His entire strategy became about dropping chaos, followed by new music. He called it trolling marketing and said the people who get angry are the exact people that need to be pissed off. First came his public coming out as gay, positioning himself as the first openly gay rapper in mainstream hip-hop. Some people, including influencer Woah Vicky, claimed he was never actually gay and only adopted that identity for industry success. Then came the Montero Call Me By Your Name music video where he literally danced down to hell and gave Satan a lap dance. Christian groups went absolutely ballistic. Parents were outraged because he had a huge child audience, and the controversy turned into millions of streams. The Satan shoes were next level though. In 2022, he dropped 666 pairs of sneakers that contained actual human blood. They sold out in less than a minute and led to a massive lawsuit from Nike. People called it the most controversial merch drop in music history. He followed that up with fake pregnancy photos, full maternity shoots with a belly and flowers. The internet split between people who found it hilarious and others who thought he'd gone too far. The J Christ rollout was where things started falling apart. He used crucifixion imagery to promote his music, which pissed off not just Christians but pretty much everyone. Even people who weren't religious thought it was complete blasphemy. The song totally flopped. His core audience was getting tired of the constant religious mockery, and he wasn't gaining new fans to replace the ones he was losing. In 2024, he started pretending to be Christian, making videos claiming he was in his Christian era, but it was obviously sarcastic and just made people angrier. He was mocking the very idea of faith and redemption. His definition of the gay agenda as secret Wednesday meetings in black cloaks where they plan world domination to make everyone gay showed how disconnected he'd become from reality. The problem with building your career on controversy is that shock value diminishes over time. What seemed outrageous and boundary pushing in 2019 felt tired and desperate by 2024. His attention started dying down after the J. Christ video flopped. Subsequent songs didn't perform well despite having decent production. He couldn't even meme or troll his way into virality anymore. His EP, Dream Boy, was supposed to test audience appetite for his upcoming album. It completely flopped despite having some genuinely catchy songs. You could tell the label had cut his budget because the music videos looked cheap and rushed. The music industry is brutal when your numbers start dropping. Labels that once threw unlimited money at Lil Nas X suddenly wanted nothing to do with him. His name was cooling off and executives were moving on to the next big thing. It became obvious that his label essentially didn't want to play with him anymore. They'd been hands off for over a year, which in the music business means you're getting ready to be dropped entirely. When an artist can't release music the way they want to, when their creative vision gets constantly rejected, when the marketing budget disappears, that's when careers start crumbling. The industry had used him to push boundaries and generate headlines. Once that stopped being profitable, they gave him the boot. It's a pattern that's destroyed countless artists before him. Looking at everything that led to that Thursday morning arrest, you can see how the pieces fit together. A young artist who built his career on shock value, struggling with mental health, dealing with substance abuse, getting abandoned by his label, potentially running out of money despite probably having millions in the bank, his living situation in what looked like an Airbnb, releasing music without label approval, the complete social media wipeout. These all point to someone whose life was spiraling out of control. Whether the arrest was a genuine breakdown or an extremely elaborate marketing stunt, it represents the culmination of years of using controversy as a crutch instead of focusing on pure musical talent. The saddest part isn't the arrest or the charges or even the potential career destruction. It's watching someone who clearly has talent get consumed by the very machine that made him famous. Lil Nas X proved with Old Town Road that he could create genuinely innovative music that resonated with millions of people, but instead of building on that foundation, he got trapped in a cycle of escalating controversy that eventually consumed everything else. The music industry chewed him up and spit him out, just like it's done to countless artists before him. The difference is that this time, we got to watch it happen in real time through social media and viral videos. Losing your mind, your artistic integrity, and your connection to reality just to stay famous and relevant is never worth the price you eventually have to pay. The same system that elevated him to superstardom became the thing that destroyed him. Whether he recovers from this and finds a way back to making music that matters, or whether this becomes another cautionary tale about fame in the music industry, remains to be seen. But one thing's certain, the downfall of Lil Nas X serves as a warning to every artist about what happens when controversy becomes more important than creativity.